So I also like to thank everyone for you to taking out your busy time at this Saturday, beautiful Saturday time afternoon to attend my lecture. So I appreciate it and hope you enjoy my lecture and gain something from it. Now I would like to show my PPT, PowerPoint, to share with you when I'm going for the lecture. Let's go to the first one. Okay. Okay, you already know my name, and also I from Binghamton University, and this is my contact information. I have a website. If you're interested, you can check it out. I came from Binghamton University. It's not very far from New York City. I think there are many people knows this school because I have many students from New York City. It's not very big, but a very good location on the mountain and very pretty sceneries. But our weather is much colder than New York City. So my lectures contains 3 parts. And the first one is understand the affinities between language and song. Second is learn basic singing techniques. Third part is learn 2 simple Chinese songs. Usually I do the lecture time-wise will be at least 2 hours to 3 hours or one day 6 hours. This time a little bit short, 1.5 hours. So I have to speak a little fast. I hope I still have time for these 2 components. If not enough time, I still will touch it, give you a taste. And just like Director Liao said, if you're interested, you can sign up for the 8th session Chinese through song classes. You will learn songs and also these things. I'm a professional singer, and I performed and all my life. And then also I teach Chinese all my life and all the time in the Binghamton. So I have combined my 2 specialties and created a Chinese course called Singing Chinese. This course is mainly intended to improve students' Chinese proficiency through singing Chinese songs. This song is an interdisciplinary course because students learn Chinese language same time will learn music appreciation and performance. Students should have 1 year Chinese background to take this course because they also learn singing. So it is across listed with music department. By the end of semester, we have a recital. This is open to the public, and the students just sing all the songs they have learned during the semester. Usually this concert will have a full house, and it's very popular in our school. Students that time, they can sing near semi-professional level. I have published the book. This is the first edition because published in the early 90s, because early time most school use traditional characters. Contains 20 songs. Then I have a new edition, 2014. This book has a simplified characters, contains 30 songs. I divided to 2 parts. The first part sounds a little easier, and the second part sounds is a little challenging. Basically depends on students' background. I will pick songs. This is book is we have about let's say 30 songs that teachers, Chinese teachers can have this book, teach a lot of songs for their class. They can choose songs or just use the book for every song. The learning progress is from sing together, then sing solo, and then they can perform for the recital. Finally, they participate in competitions. I have quite a few students, they participated in international competitions. They won the awards and won the places. Since this innovative teaching method is very, very effective and also becomes very well known in the nation, I have been invited to university conferences and teachers' workshops, many places in the United States, include the United Nations, and in China and other countries. So now I will talk a lot about the benefits from singing to speaking. Before doing that, I would like to talk about affinities between language and song. From these two quotations, we can see one is from romantic period English poet. Another is from Confucius classics. From these two quotations, we can see actually song and languages, or singing and speaking, is two aspects of one single act. In other words, they are both for communication in different forms. Then I have a question for you. What is the difference between singing and speech, or song and language? Anybody can tell me? Any answers from audience? If I don't hear from you, I will continue because I don't have lots of time. Okay? All right. We say song is a high form of speech. Why? Why we say this? Because with song, the words, they all have melody. When you have a melody, the vowels prolonged. And also, we have a big voice range. Maybe have 8 notes, 10 notes, but speech only have only 1 or 2 pitches. And we need a louder voice, so voice projection also increased. Besides, a good song synthesizes linguistic, poetic, and music. This beauty of the language together, and the song also have rhyme, rhythm, dynamics, and the melody also, or the song emphasize the tone, color, pronunciation, and the intonations. All these together, we say song is livelier, exaggerated, and more expressive. If we say, let me show you the difference. If we say, 你从哪里来，我的朋友? This is a very simple question. I think a first-year Chinese student already can say that. But if you sing the first sentence from a well-known popular song, it is called 思念, longing. Then you will see the difference. Let me show you. First, I speak it. 你从哪里来，我的朋友？ Now I sing it. 你从哪里来，我的朋友？ Okay, now you tell me what difference you can get. You get what kind of difference speaking and singing? Anybody?
So again, I want to remind everyone you can, you can put your answer in the chat box. Someone said from Rose Haley is feeling to Professor Zhang's question.
Yeah. Anybody?
Inviting.
Yeah. Okay.
More depth and emotion felt when singing.
Okay, I think yeah, that's a good answer. And anything else?
And Frank responded, warmth.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't be hesitated to answer question. There's no correct or wrong. Just you know, whatever you think. So we can see the singing is a high form of speech and expression. So we also can see singing is exaggerated speaking. Actually, sometimes we say sing like to speak, speak like to sing. These are two things together. Then, because I have been teaching Chinese so many years, I know exactly what students' problems when they study language. Usually, they have these problems. Don't open mouth, no clear diction, soft voice, lack of eye contact, and the plain expression. All these problems, you can correct it or be aware from the voice training or learn a song. Now, I come to, then I have summarized 4 aspects that can help to overcome these problems for students when they are speaking Chinese. The first one is diction. It is directly related to speaking, right? Language, 吐字. Next is expression. Third is fluency. The fourth is memorization. These are 4 aspects. Now we talk the first one, diction, have 6 sub-aspects. I will go one by one to introduce to you, tell you. Okay. The first one is singing forms habits that we conductive to elegant speech. What is elegant speech? They have many elements actually. A breath support, have a high position for the sound projection, and the full sound round, etc. But the first step is open your mouth. I have so many students. I have taught so many students. The first month, I just insist, open mouth, open mouth, open mouth. Then they can open. Because you need an open mouth to project the sound. You need a mouth to get the sound impression to your mind. And if you don't open it, you cannot get words. So this is important, open mouth. When we train singing, you really have to open mouth. I teach my singing Chinese class. I just like policeman. I walk around. Again. I have to remind them 1,000 times. Open mouth. Finally, they can open. So singing, you open and open, then become a habit. That's very easily to apply to speaking. The second one Singing increases sensitivity to tones. Chinese four tones is most intimidating to foreign learners. They can pronounce very well, but the four tones, some people just everywhere. Some people, why? Because it's important, it's related to the ears. When we sing a song, if you sing out of tones, harder to listen to. So the first step for learning singing, you have to be on the pitch, cannot be off tones. Then we say, if you learn singing, not only bring your mouth, have to use your ears. Let ears to lead you how to sing. So in other words, just singing, train your ears. Because the music song has many pitches. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, 7. If 2 octaves, 14. So one song at least have 10 notes. You have to distinguish all the difference. Through this rigorous training from singing, your ability of listening increased tremendously. Then go to recognize four tones much easier. So it's indirect help. It's not direct help because four tones disappeared in the song. That's the second part. Third is singing improves the accuracy of spoken vowel sounds. We know when we speak, right? The sound that you hear is only vowels. Consonants just give you direction or position. So if vowels can be very clear and stand out there, then your pronunciation is very good. That when singing, because we have melody, all the words are prolonged. And you have to stay, the vowels stay. Just vowels prolonged is very, very good for students to learn how to produce the vowels. For example, there's a song called At That Remote Place, There is a Beautiful Girl. 在那遥远的地方有位好姑娘. See, I speak fast, right? Then you can not hear the vowels individual so clearly. But if I sing this song, 在那遥远的地方有位好姑娘. You see, these are vowels very clear. After this training, go to speaking, your vowel is clear. Of course, later we will introduce you use breath support too. Number 4 is singing gives students great command of the organs of speech. Because if we use our native tongue to speak, usually your mouth or neck, these organs are relaxed. But when you learn foreign language, all these start to get tight. But singing emphasize many times to relax. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, relax your lips, relax your throat. This relaxation will help you speak too. So you can see TV announcers, TV anchors, they speak in a very relaxed way, but project nice tones that they are trained. Number 5 is singing improves enunciation. What is enunciation? Because singing lyrics is very hard to understand, but the lyrics has a melody and has pitches, high and low, has a duration, long and short, plus rhyme rhythm. If you understand the song, it's much harder than just a sentence. That's why. So if I performance, I have to pay lots of attention to articulation. Let these vowels, let these consonants, everything's clear. I have to do more for that because also performers has a distance from the audience. So you want to have your story, singing is a telling story, carry to audience ears. You have to do you give a lot of effort to pronounce clear, let people understand you. I often perform with the audience or Americans. They don't understand me, right? I still want to pronounce everything clearly, and I have to imagine they can understand. Through my effort and expression, they get the idea for sounds. Nowadays, much easier. We have a screen to have all these translations with Chinese. It will be easier. Student, the effort from the sounds 吐字清楚 to the articulation, this effort applied to speaking will be much easier, much better. The last one is can reveal the problems. Anybody tell me why? Why? Singing enables students to recognize their verbal problems. 为什么? Why? I think you're very shy, huh? Let me continue. Because, as I said before, singing has melody, and the vowels, every word prolonged. You have time to find the mistakes. But in the regular reading a paragraph, a message, just like a train goes fast. You cannot jump on. But a very slow train, you can jump onto the train. Same thing, the song is slower for every word. You can find the problems. In the classroom, speed is fast. It's harder to. Sometimes you hear it, you just no time to correct, already passed. So if I listen to students speaking, I will write down what's wrong, but still will miss some mistakes. The above these all said is a diction has 6 components, 6 aspects about the diction, 吐字. Then we learn language. The ultimate goal is to communicate. So communicate, the most important is expression. No matter how good your speaking skill you have, if you don't have expression, then your talking is discounted. It's not perfect. Expression is very, very important. So through the singing, we can improve our expression. The first reason, the song has a different mood, happy, cheerful, lively, vivid, peaceful, or we have melancholy, a little sad, and the legato line is very smooth. The song, basic mood is there. You have to sing with the mood. Then also, song has dynamics, expression marks. You had to follow. You had to do it. Students always very shy to sing. Not students, I think a lot of people, they're shy to sing. Because they're afraid of, everything. But my students, by the end of semester, they're eager to sing. Because how to get expression? You have to really think about your telling story. Telling story also from your heart. The most important is focus. Focus your thoughts. Focus on the song content. Totally immersed in the feeling. Without the feeling, you cannot express. Without focus, all these are fake. So when we have a recital students, I go to listen to every student singing. listen. I only listen a few minutes. I already know the problem. I say, okay, now what you have to work on. If you don't have an expression, you don't have a feeling, you cannot go on stage. I'm very strict. Then they really gain this skill. When we have a recital, everybody so good. I give everybody very high score because they really focused and poised, enjoyed their singing. Open mouth big with support, and the audience is so happy to hear their semi-professional way of singing. The third part is fluency. Fluency, we know students talk often very choppy, right? Come, stop. But singing require legato singing. Cannot stop. How to do legato? You have to sustain the vowel as long as the note indicates. And usually I tell students, if you have a vowel or ending consonant, don't close the word until the next word comes out. Let me show you an example. If I sing an English song, Edelweiss. Now I sing very slowly. You see my line is connected. I don't stop it. You listen to the word is last consonant comes to the next word is beginning consonant. Okay, I show you. Edelweiss. Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me. Did you see? To me. Edelweiss. That's make very legato line and the flowing line without interruption. We say fluency is a flowing water, keep going. Sometimes I ask a student to recite a poem, prolong the vowels, don't go too short. For example, 床前明月光, right? 床前明月光, I don't think they have a feeling of a connection. So I say, 床前明月光. Did you see? I prolong the vowel. Then they get the feeling of connection. That's called legato. Legato Italian term. That's we need for fluency. Last part is singing is very good for memorization. My question, to memorize a paragraph or to memorize a song, which one is easier? Can you tell me? This should be not very difficult question, right? Any answers?
Song is a lot easier to memorize.
Very good. Thank you. Sounds easier to memorize. Why? Now let's to see it. Why? Because song we have a rhythm, we have rhyme, and all these poetic method, metaphor, and the melody, also plus repetitions. So songs will be easy to memorize. And also you memorize a song, you will understand all these grammars, sentence patterns. You don't have to teach them because through one time, second time, many times the repetition, they understand already and inscribed in their mind. Will never forget the songs and these vocabularies. So song is very good for memorization. And this is the fourth part. So the conclusion is, from the above four aspects, the conclusions, singing is a high form of speech and expression. Like Chinese saying, go high, you will get the middle. Just like for if you can run marathon, if I ask you to run 10 miles, then this is piece of cake. That's why singing and speaking, this is the relationship. Okay, now I want to show you what do I do in the class, singing class. So this is the book, and you already saw that. If you're interested, you can purchase from SUNYpress.com or buy from Amazon. It's a very good tool book or just classroom textbook. This book contains folk songs, popular songs, and art songs. The songs chosen from hundreds of songs. My criteria for choosing songs: first, melody, beautiful; second, easy to sing; third, good for voice training; fourth, the lyrics should have literary standards and very poetic and very positive. So I have lots of classical songs, classical 经典 songs. Of course, we have modern beautiful songs too. The way of study in this course is Chinese through song, study language, just like in the language class. Study text, vocabulary, exercise, pronunciation, etc. Then there is singing, diction, voice projection, and the language expression. These have to talk. The song score, every song for each lesson. Each lesson I teach like 1.5 hours. Each lesson include study vocabulary and some lyrics and some text. We have translations. This part is we introduce some background and language notes. Just have to point out. The good part is singing instructions. Every song has a different way of singing. I give detailed steps and method to teacher or to students how to learn this song, to sing this song. Then exercise part is relatively simple.